All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Zone. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Glad that long weekend is over. Time to go to work. Going into the fall season and really into the fourth quarter, guys, which just want you to have the mindset of what's going to happen really between now and December with some of the new announcements that we will be receiving, the conference in Vegas, which I want to make sure everybody on this call is registered for, because obviously if you're on Diamond Zone, it means you're serious. So never miss a company event. You guys have heard that 10,000 times. But this one will be special because it really is the first company event in North America. And just I want you just to, get your hands wrapped around that you're going to be able to attend the first international conference of World Global Network in the United States. And I think that's something that will be memorable, especially we're talking about talking to each other 3, 4, 5 years from now, when we're all going out there and really achieving our financial goals. You guys mute yourself, please. Hang on, let me just do it for you. As you go out there and reach your financial goals. But, one of the things that I want to make sure you guys know that they did extend the pay cycle. The pay cycle has been extended another week. Okay, I'm not sure why, but they did. They extended it. So obviously there's a lot of people that are doing very well this pay cycle. So great way to rank advance. And I will say this again, when you rank advance, something happens to your confidence. And I don't care what rank it is. It really makes no difference because it's something to celebrate. And as you know, I always talk about it's the little successes that keeps you moving forward. Every day, find a little success, no matter what it is. If you're doing one of the critical activities on a daily basis, money-making activities, okay? Now, and let me share with you what that means. A money-making activity is not Diamond Zone, okay? This is a mindset activity to get you prepared to do a money-making activity. Big difference, right? And so it's leaving here and doing something that's going to help your business grow. And as you know, and not to be repetitive again, the only thing you can do is when you're reaching people. And there's many different ways. In fact, on Thursday, we're going to have a special cold market Diamond Zone, specifically working with LinkedIn. So you want to make sure you're on Diamond Zone on Thursday. I'm doing a call with this particular person right after this. So just different ways of marketing your business. Of course, we have Lisa tomorrow. I don't know what she's going to do yet. She'll let us know. So tomorrow's Wednesday. But I'm talking about money-making activities, okay, for your business. So am I going to open with Miley? No, I'm not going to open with Miley today. Sorry, Fran. Sorry. It's okay. Please don't cry. All right. So I'm going to go into what I'm going to go into today. All right. So, guys, part of the things about our business is obviously everything we do, first and foremost, is about us. Okay, it's getting through all the stuff that we have to go through on a daily basis. And you know what I've learned in this business, or in general, all distractions are equal. Would you all agree with that? All distractions are equal. I don't care if it's a holiday, if it's the kids, right? If it's your job, all distractions are equal. But what I've learned in this business is the biggest distraction. The biggest distractions is us. We create the distractions. And when you start to understand, some of the things you really have to work on, right? And I know we do a lot of things here to work on you, because that is the challenge in our business or in anything you're going to do. And, there's a book out there called The 4 Agreements, and I suggest everybody gets it because it's a great read. It's really about understanding why people do what they do And the only thing you could work on, and the number one thing most people want to change, is other people. Man, if I could just get this person to see it, they would be so good. See, the first person you got to get to really see it and buy into it is you. And, you know, here's the thing. You know, I have some people in my organization, you know, over the years that they say, you know what, I'm going to commit to this. And they'll commit to 60 days. And they'll go really, really, really hard. And if they're not getting the results they want to get after 60 days, you wonder why they quit. And all of a sudden you see their team quit. And you go, wait a minute, what works in 60 days? The only thing you got to challenge yourself is you. Do you work? Do you work for 60 days? And what if it doesn't? And I ask everybody here, what if you went really hard for 60 days? Okay, and all of a sudden you weren't achieving the financial goals you want to achieve. What does that mean? Does it mean it's never going to work? Or does it mean maybe you planted enough seeds, it'll start to work the next 60 days? See, being committed is being committed. And you do it until you do it. And that's one thing I learned. Do it until you do it, and do it and figure it out. Okay, it's always been embedded in my head. Because if you think about it, right, how many things have you done where you've done it for 60 days where all of a sudden you got tremendous results? Okay, everything takes time to build. And this is why we always talk about, right, the 18-month commitment. You guys have heard that 1,000 times. Well, let's talk about the 4 agreements. Okay, starting with being impeccable with your word. Being impeccable with your word. Okay, speak with integrity. Okay, maybe to a fault, guys. I try to tell people as honest as I can. Okay, speaking with integrity, telling people the truth. Well, Jeff, somebody just right before Diamond Zone, I forgot who it was, said, hey, I have a guy, he's a IT guy, and he wants to know, you know, how our product compares to this product, or how this feature compares to that feature. And you know what I said? Tell him you don't know, because you don't, unless you're some type of IT genius. Okay, always tell people the truth, guys. Okay, especially when you bring people into your business. And this was something that kind of has been taken care of. But I remember some people, right, knowing shipping was way out, knowing shipping was taking sometimes 3 months, they would bring somebody into the business, right, not tell them about the loyalty program, okay, but sign them up for it. And not telling them about the shipment that we're shipping on time. Well, wait a minute. You just set yourself up for what? For failure. Okay, under promise, over deliver. Speaking with integrity. Say only what you mean. Okay, I'm very clear with people. And this is what I want you to understand. When you're talking to people, guys, you got to stop selling and you got to start interviewing. You got to stop selling and start interviewing. And this will be, your business will turn when you understand you're not looking for everybody. You'll talk to everybody, but you're not looking for everybody. Big difference. We think we want everybody. No, see, when you take a posture, okay, and you only say what you mean and tell people what you're looking for, I'm telling you the right people will let you know. But the only way you're going to do that is to interview people. And you've seen that, right, on Diamond Zone. But I know there's always new people on these Diamond Zones. Okay, so when I'm talking to people, okay, I want to interview them. I want to find out about their family, where they live, their occupation. I got to find out what I got. And I got to be very specific in my questions. Okay, how long you been in your current situation? How long have you lived in California? Okay, were you transferred? Does your wife work? I'm interviewing. Okay, and I always use the analogy, right? The same thing, this helped me. Now, this may not help some of you because maybe some of you weren't the boss, but I was. And if I was hiring for a position, I would interview the person. I wouldn't just accept the first applicant. I want to find out. I want them to sell me on why they would be good in this job. Well, you could take the same posture here. Okay, so say only what you mean. Okay, don't candy coat it. I'm looking for leadership. Okay, we're an international company that's expanding all around the world with something called wearable technology. And I'm looking for somebody that has the ability to see it before it happens. So let me tell you what I want you to see. This is going to become a $2 billion company. Can you imagine earning a percentage off all the devices sold? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm looking for people that want to make a change financially. I'm looking for people that don't want to quit their day job, okay, but they want to do something on the side, spare time, part-time, that could add extra income. Do you know anybody? Do you keep your business options open? Be direct, guys. Be direct. And you're not married to the outcome. So if someone says no to me, it doesn't make a difference. They said no to themselves. They said no to changing their situation. But remember what I just did a couple of days ago, right, with the Globe? Okay, I think I did it on, it was the Fast Start training I did on Saturday. Okay, I said, let me ask you this. Let me sell everybody on this call. Okay, and I want to sell everybody. Everybody on your list, every single person on your list right now, don't you think everybody on your list would want something on that Globe that we talk about? How many people on your list would want to own their own business without traditional overhead? How many people on your list would like to make extra income? How many people on your list would deny the fact that wearable technology is going to be big? How many people on your list have hit the glass ceiling? Okay, and they want more. How many people on your list need or want residual income? And how many people on your list would like to be part of something big? So think about everybody on your list. Isn't there something on that Globe that they would want? So this is your belief system, guys. Believing it. Now you just got to find out, and when you speak directly with people and you say only what you mean, you let people know what this opportunity could give them. But understand, all they know is what you tell them. And you only tell them what you want them to know. And you guys, you know I've beaten this horse up over and over again. This is the vehicle. The Helo is the vehicle. Okay, but I got to let people know what's in my product so they understand what we're talking about. Say only what you mean. And I'm telling you, my mindset, okay, I'm looking for people that want to make money. That's what I look for. And the fallback is, okay, they're going to want the product. Because remember the foundation yesterday? I need people buying product as just consumers. But in this phase right now, I'm looking for people that want to earn money. Okay, so when you do that, right, avoid using words to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. A lot of times, okay, within this 4 agreements, we start to build a team, right? And we start to talk about why it doesn't work and why somebody is successful and why other people aren't. Because we're starting to justify in this phase, okay, inactivity. I know it because we did it. I know exactly. Well, so-and-so is doing it because they did this or this happened to them. Okay, guys, listen. Gossiping does nothing for your business. Nothing. And you could take these 4 agreements, we're not just talking about world. I think everybody's shaking their head here. Okay? It's being impeccable with your word. Right? That's what you want to do. You want to be impeccable with your word. Okay? Don't use the power of your word in direction, only use the power of the word in direction of truth and love. Okay? See, I love this. I don't care sometimes if I step on people's toes. It's coming from my heart. Because I know if that person keeps doing what they're doing, they'll keep getting the same results. And they may not like me for a few moments, but you know what? I know at the end of the day, when they really, really go internal, they're going to know it's coming from my heart. See, some of you now are leading teams. Some of you are leading teams. But the number one team you got to lead, guys, because remember, don't ever get into management mode. Nobody on this call, including Jeff and Lisa, should be in management mode, even though we have the biggest team right now of anybody on this call. Okay? But see, we have to make sure that when I do take my percentage of time for my team, I'm giving my team the right direction. I don't spend a lot of time with people trying to change, because either they're going to do it or they're not. And when people ask, Jeff, what's going on with my business, I'm going to ask permission. Do I have permission to tell you what I believe is happening with your business? See, I'm always going to ask permission, because I'm going to be impeccable with my word, because I'm going to give that person the right direction of what I see. Sometimes people can't see, okay? But I do believe most people know why they are where they are and why they're getting the results they're getting. And they could hide behind everything, but I like to cut through it and just tell people, listen, okay, if you had the activity, okay, you would be getting the results. It always goes back to activity, guys. So speak with integrity, guys. Only say what you mean. Start interviewing and stop selling. That's what you want to do. And here's number 2 when it comes to the 4 agreements. And this is a big one. Don't take anything personally. Okay, listen. Nothing others do is because of you. That is probably the most profound statement, okay, in today's training. Why people do what they do has nothing to do with you. And you believe it has something to do with you. And if you believe that, you will never talk to another person. Because understand, people come to you with all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I was talking to a girl at the club the other day. She's about my age. And I would talk to her all the time. And her husband just left her. Okay, and I said, how's the dating scene going? She goes, you will not believe, it is insane out there. Everybody has their stuff. Everybody has baggage. She goes, I don't wish this upon anybody, because I got to go through the stuff. And what I've learned is what people do has nothing to do with me. It's who they are. So never take anything personally, guys. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but I just remember the conversation. Okay, and so when you do this, what others say and do is a protection of their own reality, their own dream. So when someone says no to us, we think it's directed at us. We think we did something wrong, right? And then this is where we then go into a corner, right? And we cower because we care what other people think. No, guys, there's a rule, 0 resistance rule. You should all have. Because the right people, as you know, just do. Think about some of the people you sponsored. Think of most of the people you sponsored. Was it difficult? Did you have to overcome 50 objections? Right? Did you have to explain the product? Did you have to go through the details of the comp plan? Probably not. The right people just do. The right people are just open. The right people are looking. And the wrong people aren't. Well, the only way you know is to go out there and talk to the people and look for the ones that have their antenna up. They'll let you know. But when they start to come at you, some of them with venom, and some of them, you're going to, where's this even coming from? Listen, guys, I'm going to say it again. Has nothing to do with you. Because if you believe it does, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water. Because as you know, right, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. You just can't. Okay, it's amazing what happens. When you are pre-immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Oh my God. Talk about a truth serum. Okay? I mean, it's crazy. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, immune is the key word here, then you won't be the victim of needless suffering. You know how many people, after talking to somebody or making a phone call and they're told no, or there's some type of negative comment, we take it personally? And so that stops us from going out there and doing it again. Okay, never, ever, ever, ever take anything personally. Okay, I don't care what other people think. I go back to number one. I only care what Jeff thinks. Because it's the truth, and I'm going to speak directly with people and tell them what I'm looking for. And worst case scenario, you know what? I want people to always leave me saying, you know what? That person believes. That person's on a mission. Okay, and then let them just watch. Because I get a kick of proving people wrong. That's what motivates me. When someone tells me I can't do something, okay, I'm just out now to prove them wrong. Because I don't need them on my journey. I need positive people on my journey. You need positive people on your journey. But the first positive person on this journey has to be you. Has to be you. Don't make assumptions. Okay? Okay? Find the courage to ask the questions and to express what you really want. This goes back to being impeccable with your word. Key word here. Ready for the key word on this one? Courage. Find the courage to ask the right questions and to express what you really want. Okay, I just gave you that example. I have the courage to ask you some direct questions because I do care about your situation. Okay, do you keep your business options open? That's a good first question. How's your situation doing? Okay, if you could earn a percentage, okay, off all the Fitbits sold, okay, and I gave you that opportunity 10 years ago, would you accept it knowing what you know now? But see, it does take courage. Because, can I tell you why it says courage? Because think about the normal conversations on a daily basis. Just think about how surfaced most conversations are. What are the top 3 things we talk about? Number 1, always, the weather. Well, how's the talking about the weather earn you money? Think about it. Okay, or we'll say, how's it going? Okay, hey, what's up? Not much. That's it. That's it. How's it going today? Oh, it's good. How are you doing? Good. How are you doing? Fine. Do you really believe everything's fine? You got to have the courage to take it to another question. Right? This is where you start to get really good. Not knowing, not every conversation is going to lead you down, right? The pot of gold. But guys, you don't know. And you know what I've learned also with conversations with people? People want to talk. We think we're bothering them. I could tell you so many stories about people you would look at and go, wow, they just seem so unapproachable. And then you say hi to them and you start a conversation with people. I don't care if you're at a trade show, if you're at a supermarket, if you're at a health club, right? If you always have your antenna up, okay, you'd be surprised how many people light up like a Christmas tree and you think, oh my gosh, that's a nice person. I do it all the time. How's it going? Great. Okay, I see you here every day. I've never really said hi to you, but I see you every day. I'm Jeff. Hi, I'm Steve. I'm Mary. And then here we go. It's sometimes having the courage to take that first step and just get into a conversation. You know what your secret to success is, guys? Just say hi. Just say hi on a daily basis. Because what do people say back to you? Well, hi. I mean, I went to Starbucks this morning, right? And just stupid stuff. I get out of the car, I'm walking ahead of this person, and I hold the door open. Okay, and the person says hi. I said, hi, how's it going? Great. I go, I see you all the time. I'm Jeff. Hey, Jeff, I'm Steve. 10 minutes later, okay, I know the guy's a lawyer. He comes here every morning, right, to get his coffee because he goes back home, right, because he prepares his day. And then he said, what do you do? I said, I'm in the wearable technology business, and I pointed to my Helo. I go, I see you have a Fitbit. I go, how do you like it? He goes, I like it. I go, how would you like to get paid? Okay. He goes, well, what do you do? I go, I get paid every time one of these devices are sold. Can you imagine? And here we go. And what did I do? I held the door open for the person and said, hi. Did you see what starts to happen, guys, when you have the courage? People can't tell me they don't know who to talk to. Are you kidding? Just walk out the door. Okay, and remember, there was no agenda there. There was no agenda there, but I'm very direct in where I'm leading it. How many people would have held the door open and just said, hi, great, and just kept going? Or the person says, well, thank you for holding up the door. And that's where it ends. Okay, I just took it to another step. That's all. And then now I don't know what's going to happen here. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't make a difference. I'm not married to that. Okay, but you know what? He wants me to send him the 2-minute video, and I'll see him tomorrow. Okay, so that's never make assumptions. Okay, communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. Okay, once again, goes back to number 1. Be impeccable with your word. Know what you're looking for. Right, knowing I have the assumption always that everybody would love something we offer. That's the assumption I always make. Is that so much of a stretch? That assumption? I don't think that's a stretch. I just think most people go through the motions every day. And because I think for the most part, most people are lazy. I make that assumption too. Okay, a lot of people, right, want something for nothing. But I don't believe a lot of people know this is out there. And that's our job, is to make sure they do. Communicate with others. Just with this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Making assumptions causes paralysis. Making assumptions causes paralysis. I've talked about this a lot. Because if I make my list, and I start making assumptions of why someone would do it and someone wouldn't, it stops me from even giving them the information, because you've already made the assumption. Some people go into a situation, they make the assumption of why people are there and who would do it and who won't. Well, see, I understand why people do that. But if you just take the agenda out of it, let me help everybody here today. Just take the agenda out of it. Don't ever have the mentality, I'm trying to get you. No, I'm just trying to get into a conversation with you. And if you do that, right, it takes away this thing like you're trying to attack everybody. I don't know where this comes from, but people think you're going to get involved in this industry and all of a sudden you're going to have the MLM cape on and your personality completely changes. No, it doesn't really. You are who you are in this business. If you're an attacking person, you'll be an attacking person in this business. If you're a caring person, you'll be a caring person in this business. But all I ever ask is, no matter what it is, be very direct with people. I think people like being direct. Okay, I don't like to candy coat stuff. Okay, because I don't want people to candy coat it with me. As sometimes, as much as that may hurt, okay, it doesn't make a difference. But the other thing, guys, is this. You always want to do your best. Always, always, always do your best. Every day. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy as opposed to sick, obviously. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Okay, this is where we beat up ourselves. And this is where I challenge people. Okay, are you really, can everybody on this call really look at me and say, I've always done my best? Okay, I can't say that. I try to put forth the best I can possibly do if I do a meeting or I do a presentation. It's just what I always try to do. But do I give my 100% all every minute of every day? As much as I can, but I don't always, but if when I do something, I try to do it the best I possibly can. But I just want people to get to that point in their business where they say, you know what, there's certain things I've written down today that I'm going to accomplish. And then always do my best in trying to accomplish those things, whatever those things are. Now, those things should be money-making activities. I'm going to make sure I reach out to 5 new people today. I'm going to put 5 new people in my funnel. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make conversation with people, and I'm going to get into 5 conversations with people today. That's an example. In my list now that I've made my comprehensive list, and I'm going to knock off 30 people today. I'm going to make 5 phone calls today. I'm going to go to this trade show today. I'm going to join a health club today. Whatever that is, okay, that's what I'm talking about, doing your best. I'm going to do my best to get through the list I have created, because I have scheduled my success and I have 2 hours, okay, of scheduled time for my business. And damn it, I'm going to make sure I do money-making activities that's going to help my business, maybe not today, but maybe into the future. That's it. I'm going to set up that 3-way call today. Okay, did you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, doing your best. You got to have something to compare it to. Can't just say I'm going to do my best. What does that mean? I'm doing my best to watch this TV show today. Okay, well, that's going to make you a lot of money. I'm going to be very attentive on this TV show, then I'm going to give it all my attention for an hour. Oh, wow. That's great. No, I'm talking about doing your best with money-making activities. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, hang on a second. Let me go back here. Let me stop share. Okay, I want to see all these little friendly faces. Okay, hang on a second. What time is it? 7:36. Okay. So guys, the 4 Agreements is a great book, but those are just some little tips, okay, that takes you to a whole nother level. Okay, because I know a lot of people after this call. Okay, just think about it. Okay, how many people, and I wish I could get show of hands, but it's hard to do. But how many people go to work after this call? Okay, a lot of people go to work after this call. Okay, Caitlin, are you working? Okay. So obviously, if you're working, that's the first thing you got to schedule, right? You schedule Diamond Zone. But how many people today have something scheduled for their World Global Network business? If this is going to be your future, don't you got to schedule it? See, Anna Marie does. Okay. Okay, 3-way calls, whatever that may be. But see, these are the little things. It's amazing. The little things are the ones that people don't do. It's just what happens a lot of times. So when you look at our business, guys, and all the different things we talk about, some people wanted to know this today, but do you know all these trainings, okay, live on Giamalva Global? You could always go back and you could revisit some of these trainings. Okay, but we're going to start getting into a lot of more how-to stuff. Okay, we're doing a lot of prep. Okay, a lot of prep on getting your head right, because I think that really is the business. Getting your head right so you could go out there and start talking to people. Okay, I understand that part of it, because if I don't schedule it, it's really hard to do anything. So I always try, to get out. And my thing, my release is the club, the health club. Okay, because I know there's always going to be people I could talk to there. But what are you doing? You know what I always tell people? Join something you always wanted to do. Take the time now. So say, stop, hang on, what do I really want to do? You know, I've always wanted to take a dance class. Okay, then take a dance class. I always want to start golf. Start golf. Tennis, whatever that may be. Because you know what that does? It gets you out in front of people. And I'm telling you guys, sometimes this computer thing paralyzes you. I know a lot of the things we do are through the computer, but this still is a people business. It's still a people business, and I still believe people get involved with people. And even if they don't get involved, okay, let's just say you're good enough and you start recruiting people through the web. I still eventually believe there's got to be a relationship formed. Okay, I still think people still have to, meet you. And this is why I always like to keep my finger on the pulse with my leaders. And who do I look at my leaders as? All the people that support this. And I don't care, you know my philosophy. I could care which leg of business you're in. Okay, it makes no difference to me. I don't care, because I know how rare it is to find serious people. And I want to leave you with this, guys. When I say find your little successes, you know what? You should always celebrate that you're at least on Diamond Zone every day. Okay? Not saying it's going to earn you money. You heard me talk to Brian yesterday, because I'm trying to take Brian to another level. But if you're on this call, okay, you've taken steps. You do want it. But you got to eventually start to look within yourself and say, why is it I'm not getting the results I want to get? Why is that? And that's when I always say, you know what? You need to maybe talk to your upline and maybe have that conversation. Okay, and let them guide you. Give them permission to mentor you. And whoever that is you want to choose, makes no difference. Okay, because I believe everybody's success is everybody's success. That's just my belief. And if someone's in another leg of business and they hit a rank, we should all be celebrating like it was us. And you'll see how that comes back at you 10 times. Okay, if you think that way, I'm telling you, you will start attracting people. Do you believe the power of attraction? Okay, you got to work on you. You got to be a magnet. You got to be a person people want to be around. You got to be a presence, right? You just can't be sometimes a wallflower. You got to at least be able to get into a conversation with people, because that's what we do. And you know the analogy I always use, guys, right? Pretend you have a job that's paying somebody $10,000 to $15,000 a month, and you're the CEO. And you're going to be out there interviewing, knowing everybody would like a job for $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And start speaking like you're the boss, because you are. You're the CEO of your company. You're not a distributor of World. You're the CEO of your own company. And you're looking for people to hire, but you're not hiring. You know that, right? But you just got to understand how most people think. Most people have a job mentality. And so this was my biggest problem. Okay, I had to have everything lined up for me. And when I didn't, I did nothing. See, Bally's provided my schedule, and I just had to follow it. When I got involved over here, I had nothing to follow. And so guess what I did when I had nothing to follow? I've told you 1,000 times. I did nothing for 2 years until I put together my schedule. Someone finally said, you need a schedule. And it goes, oh, that makes sense. As small and minute as that was, I didn't do it. And so I then put together a schedule. I'm going to show you my schedule. I'm going to find it. Okay, I'm going to find it, because you guys think I'm kidding when I said I was doing 4 meetings a day, every day, in 5 different cities. I'm going to show you that schedule. And when I had that schedule, it was amazing how much money I made. No schedule. Now, obviously, the industry's changed. Thank God for Zoom. Thank God for webinars. Because I save a lot of, I've never been more profitable in my life. Because when I was in 4 cities, the company didn't pay for that. I paid for those flights. I paid for those hotel rooms. I paid for the meeting rooms. Over here, I mean, you talk about having a profitable business. Oh my gosh. So with that, guys, okay, tomorrow morning, you'll be with Lisa, and then Thursday we have a special treat for you on how to tackle some cold market. I know some of you always wanted that, and we're going to bring an expert on, not in our business, just an expert. I'll let it out on LinkedIn. Okay, so you guys could then start to really understand the nuances on how to start running some more numbers. But once again, take everything out of it. There's 350 million people out there. Okay, it's just, do you have the desire to go out there and talk to them? That's it. That's really as simple as it is. So love you guys. Have a great day. And what's tomorrow? Nothing tonight. Wednesday is our opportunity presentation with Shaylisa and Tim. And Friday will be announced as who's doing that. And then, of course, we do Sundays. Okay. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks.